Modern religion is just Stockholm Syndrome for its masses. We talk about this a little bit in our latest episode of Drop the Stones, where we mentioned this and discussing this relationship between God and man and how it kind of works out. And let's do a little hypothetical here. Let's say Candy, my wife, and I are discussing things, and I decided we're a little light on money right now, and we need to make a little more money. So I tell her to go ahead and be a server at a restaurant or bar or something like that. And she doesn't want to do it. It's not up to her. And I tell her, go ahead and do it. This is a great place. They really objectify women, and the tips are really good from sleazy men coming in all the time. So go in there and do it. It'll be the best way to get a little income for us quickly. So she goes in, begrudgingly, doesn't want to do it. And in this, she finds that if she's a little more flirtatious with the patrons, she'll get a few more dollars on her tip. Hopefully easing the pain of the financial burden that we have. And in this, I find out, because I'm constantly there watching and observing what she's doing, that I get jealous. And I decide that she's acting inappropriately. And I'm going to punish her for it. So now I tell her, stop doing this. You're not being a good wife. And kind of just verbally bombard her, and verbal abuse, to be short, in this hypothetical. And I tell her this isn't right and this isn't proper. And in this, I decide that what's best for our relationship that she's trying to ruin by doing the best she possibly can and surviving the best she possibly can under the circumstances that she doesn't want to be in, that I'm going to pull her out of this, and she should be forever thankful for me and to me for getting her out of this situation, a situation in which I firmly placed her in because I decided we were short on financial means and she needed to be the one to take care of it. And she did to the best of her ability, and I didn't like how she was doing it. So I punished her and took away some stuff from her, but also she should be thankful for me for not making her have to work there anymore. This is the relationship with man and God. God created a system in which he gave man something to live and be fruitful and multiply and constantly go into, and to experience and explore and have the best of. But when they did and experienced everything else and broke the one rule that he set, that he didn't have to set, they were punished for eternity. And he caused this problem of punishment. This was his grand plan. I'm going to create this being. And instead of saying, this being is great, I love this being, it's going to be with me forever, and I'm going to do this, it can worship me freely without doing anything or anything on there. I'm going to create a problem for it that it's going to fall up, and that it's going to cause separation between me and it. And then eventually I am going to give a solution by sacrificing myself, and they should be forever eternally grateful for me for pulling them out of the problem that I caused them in the first place. And Christians buy into this mindset day in and day out. They love it. This is what they worship for, and they're so thankful for it. So much so that they had their Super Bowl yesterday, talking about how glorious it was that Christ rose from the dead to save them from the sins that God put on them and put before them from his tree of life and his knowledge of good and evil. These people have become so admired. They give all thanks to this God. They give all praise to this God that caused them all the problems in the first place, that did all sorts of things to cause them harm and just issues in their life and stress and anxiety. But because he gives them little things here and there, a good parking space at the mall, a dollar bill blown across their way that they have to give thanks for, or they give them, just all these little things in their life that they have to give utmost praise to, because nothing's earned by themselves, not their hard work, not their diligence. If they got promoted at work, it's because of God, not because of them. So these little things that are earned and given to them, they have to give him praise and thanks, and then also ask for repentance for the things that they've done against him. This is Stockholm Syndrome in its finest. They're starting to respect the captor. And admire him and see him as a protector and as a someone that's given them the just essentials of life at all times, instead of realizing what this guy truly is. Someone that caused a problem to control them, a true narcissist in his core essence.